Hello, hello, stampers. Welcome to Lori's Stamping Creations. I appreciate you stopping by my Facebook I don't know what I'm trying to say here. My Facebook Live video tonight. I do these on Sunday evenings, and I have to share tonight 8. I think there's 8. Let me double check that. Yes, 8 cards, and these feature new products that are upcoming in the Stampin' Up! Catalog that starts in May. So some sneak peeks there, and I'll get to those 8 cards in just a second. I want to go ahead and showcase this card very quickly from last week. I had 6 cards in my video, and I appreciate everybody who voted for their favorite card. And this one was the winner, card number 6. And I will send happy mail to Cindy C. So I don't like to say last names on here, but Cindy C, I will get this card to you, and this is the one that you liked the best. So thank you everybody who voted last week. And we do this every Sunday. If you would like to vote for your favorite card, you might get happy mail also next week, like Cindy. Okay, so vote for your favorite, and that is very much appreciated. All right, so we'll get started with card number 1. And this is the product of the month for April. This is a real pretty detailed die. And the product of the month, you can purchase this for $5 if you spend $75 with me. It's called Eyelet Blooms Die. Okay, and it's one big die that will cover your whole card, obviously. I'll show it to you real quickly here. I can get it out of the package. Okay, very detailed, very pretty. And I coordinated the Timid Tiger, which is this layer here, with my card base is Peach Pie. And then just added a little white and Old Olive. So these flowers I cut out from here. Let me bring this up a little closer. So I did this die again in the Peach Pie, and some of these flowers you can just cut out. And that's what I did there. Okay, so once again, the product of the month is available to purchase for $5. Okay, that's card number 1. And then card number 2 features this gorgeous paper. Okay, we say that, you know, the Stampin' Up! Designer paper does all the work. This definitely does on this card. I just added a happy birthday sentiment and cut around it. And then I added, I don't know if you can see, there's a yellow gem. There's 1, 2, and 3 yellow gems. But I wish you could feel this, because every place that this is raised up, this little white, it's velvet paper. Okay, and it's new. Going to be new starting in May with the catalog. And here's some of the designs. I'll pull them out. But like I said, again, where these little white flowers are, it's a raised, it's like, you know, a velvet. It's called, let's see, Velvet Meadow Specialty Paper. Show you a real pretty one here. I just love it when you can feel it and it's texturized. So again, let's see what's texturized here. All these little white, where my finger is pointing, those are raised up images with the velvet. Okay, let me see. Here's another one. Absolutely gorgeous paper. Here's one of my favorites because I like green. And look how pretty this is. Oh my gosh. All these white places. It's a texturized velvet paper. So that's just a few of the pieces in this pack. It's really, really gorgeous, up close and personal. And like I said, this card, you know, the paper does all the work. And I just love touchy-feely right here in those textured places. All right, and then my card base was Daffodil Delight to bring out the yellow. And like I said, I did put the 3 yellow gems on there. This happy birthday is a new new sentiment that comes in this balloon festoon stamp set. I've got another card that I'll be bringing this back in a few minutes for that bundle. But yeah, this is card number 2. If you would like to vote for your favorite, you might get one of these in the mail. All right, now we're up to card number 3. Butterflies. I'm a big fan of butterflies, so anytime Stampin' Up! Comes out with an embossing folder or a punch or a die or stamp set, I am all over it. So this is actually a bundle with a punch. I left the punch upstairs, darn it, but it will cut out 3 at a time, okay? So you stamp this and the butterfly does all 3 of these, this grouping here and this grouping here. Punch out the butterflies for you, all a flutter. Once again, in the upcoming catalog very soon. And I used one of the brand new in colors, which is called Barely Blush. So I don't know if you can see where my finger is here. There is a layer. It's Barely Blush cardstock, and then I put some white on top of it. And like I said, I used the ink for these butterflies and paired it up with Blackberry Bliss. Okay, just your white card base. And You Are So Appreciated comes from that stamp set, I believe. Yes, You Are So Appreciated. So any of these butterflies are good, and you can do 2-step if you want. This could be the bottom layer of the butterfly and then add the detail on the top. I just did it, the one image though. Yeah, just the detail part on there. Okay, so that's card number 3, if you'd like to vote. Now we're moving on to one of my favorites. This chair and this paper, and let me see here. It comes in the Relaxing Water side, and there's a suite. So this is a stamp set. Of course, I use that chair. And then here's the die set. We'll cut out the chair. And there's a couple different chairs to pick from, which is nice. They give us choices that way. Okay. So, real simple card. And I don't have it here, but I used in the front of the annual catalog, they have the card sketches or the templates. And this layout came from the annual catalog, the template on one of those. Real simple card layout to duplicate with anything you'd like. All right, that's card number 4. Now we are moving to card number 5, black and white with a touch of red. One of my favorite color combos. I use that quite a bit. Okay, and the star of this card is this paper that's called Artisan Sketched Garden DSP. Again, it's going to be new in the catalog. I love black and white. Anytime I can get black and white paper, that is my jam. Okay, so you can see this image right here that I cut out, this big hole. I took one of these vases and simply fussy cut it. I know, fussy cut. It's one of my favorite things to do. So when there's no die or no punch, then you have to fussy cut it, and I love to do that. So let's see what the back side of this paper looks like. Images like this. And then, of course, we have the stripes and the polka dots and some more pretty flowers. And you can color these on your card, or you can leave them black and white. And there should be another image. I'm not going to show them all to you, but here's another pattern. And on the back side, you have this one. Okay, once again, this is black and white 12 by 12 paper that's coming up in the annual catalog. I just added the postage perennial dies, and like I said, I did fussy cut this out of the paper and just use Stampin' Blends to color that vase. Okay, card number 5, if you'd like to vote, or even if you don't want to vote because you can't decide or whatever, on which card you like, just go ahead and say hello or hi, what you doing, whatever you would like, and you'll be entered in the drawing. Okay, we are up to card number 6. Wood grain designer paper, which is fairly new with Stampin' Up. This whole, all of these little pieces and parts in the planter pot and everything comes from Help Me Grow Dies. Okay, and this has been around a month or two with Stampin' Up. It might be an online exclusive, I think. Okay. But the new product that I'm showcasing is this die right here. Have a Good Day is the stamp, and the die comes from Scalloped Blooms Dies. So I could not find my stamp set. It's around here somewhere. But I'm pretty sure that these words, Have a Good Day, came from this Scalloped Blooms stamp set. But what I want to show you here is this is the smallest die. And then it goes up in size. See, this is right here where my finger is. This, well, I guess it's not the smallest. You have a teeny tiny one here, but the one I used is this one right here with the 6 petals. And then it goes all up here to the biggest size, okay? Which is totally cool for scrapbooking, and you can use this big die for an actual card base too. You can make a whole card out of this big scallop one if you would like. Okay, so that's one of my favorite. Again, it's called Scalloped Blooms Dies, and this was card number 6 if you'd like to vote. And we're getting there, folks. Card number 7. I did this for a team meeting the other day, and the girls got to make this for their make and take. And it uses a couple things. I could not find this stamp set either. Oh, I just got back from a retreat, so everything's really in disarray. But this is a new punch. Okay, so whatever this punch is called, it comes with this set. So I used the words, and I used this image right here for my little outline, which is in the stamp set. And then here's a punch to punch it out. Okay, so that's the first bundle I used. And then the second bundle is Balloon Festoon. And I used this little swirly tail for the balloon there. And some of these little confetti pieces come for that. And again, I want to share this die set, Balloon Festoon Dies, coming up in the new catalog. And these are absolutely so big. Oh my gosh. Look at those balloons. I use the smallest one on my card, and then again it goes up, goes up from there. And so for you scrapbookers out there, you've got a big, big, big balloon you can use, or again, make it into a card. It would be fun to make it into a card that has a shape in the balloon for somebody's birthday. All right. That's card number 7, if you care to vote. And last but not least, this I used the new colors again. I used the Barely Blush, something's on this, Barely Blush cardstock, and I don't know if you can see this, but there's striped paper, new designer paper pack with the Barely Blush, and then I paired this with a cloud cover for the gray, and then another new color, which is called Hydrangea U. So this cardstock and this leaf. Okay, so again, my color combo is Barely Blush, Hydrangea U, and cloud cover. And I used Opulent Oasis, which is absolutely beautiful. I love these words because I like the font on all of these sentiments. I like the way the font is laid out, and I like the flowers. And I can't wait to use this die. I haven't used it yet, but this intrigues me right here. Okay, Opulent Oasis dies. So that's it. That was card number 8. And it's always a bonus when I have more cards to share with you, right? So this week, you have 8 to vote on. So there's 8, 7, 6, 5. I don't know if I'm going to have enough room for all these. 4, card number 3, card 2, and card number 1. So again, thank you so much for stopping by Lori's Stamping Creations. And until next Sunday, happy stamping. Bye-bye.